What's going on, guys? Eddie Dowd, Maryland real estate agent, back again with Brian Sachs, Maryland mortgage lender, multiple state lender. Whether you're looking to buy in Maryland or you're looking to any state, Brian can help you out. But we're here to talk today about if you're looking to buy a house, how do you know how much to offer on a house? How do you not overpay? That's a fear some people have. We got the answers. Brian wanted to start it off, and we're going to tell you about how you know that you're not overpaying for a home.
Well, first of all, with most programs, if you're a veteran or you're using an FHA program or even a conventional loan, we as a lender are not going to let you overpay because we're going to do an appraisal of the property and it's going to tell us what the property is worth. But if you're at the point of putting in an offer, Eddie is going to do the following. What you're going to look at is a couple things. Homes that have sold within your area, so within a mile of the house you're looking at, that are similar and that may have settled in the last 6 months. A house is worth, this is going to sound crazy, Eddie, a house is worth what someone's willing to pay for it, right? Because there are many times that I see buyers overpaying. A home could be listed for 300 and they're offering 305, 310. So one gauge is what else is for sale. Look at those. What has already sold in the last 6 months. But you can't just do that. You have to look at the market and you have to look at the competition. We're in a very competitive market right now. So the less you can ask of a seller, the better. And the higher the price you can give the seller, the better. And the stronger your pre-approval, the better. But, I see sometimes homes, Eddie, and I'm sure you do too, where it's the same square footage, it's the same bedrooms, bathrooms, finished basement, but these people may have put in upgraded wood cabinets or they've done a super duper kitchen, you know what I mean, with the top of the line appliances. And that doesn't really give you extra value. But yet, if you are attracted to those things and you try to do them yourselves, it could cost you tens of thousands of dollars, right? So I'll give you an idea. I just bought a house and it's in Florida. And this house had California closets. It had certain shutters on the windows, like wood plantation shutters. It didn't add 1 cent of value to the price. It had upgraded kitchen cabinets and the super duper appliances. It doesn't add a penny of value to the house, but it makes it much more appealing. And if I were to go in and try to do those things, it would cost me literally $25,000 extra dollars. So you have to really, my advice to you is take Eddie's advice. Eddie will give you the stats, but you have to not just look at the stats. You have to actually look at the market. I'm going to tell you what not to do. Okay. Don't look at the Zestimate because the Zillow's estimate or the Realtor.com's estimate or the Redfin's estimate, they're all about 30% off. They're just wrong. Now, they could be 30% higher or 30% lower. I've seen them both. And Zillow, ironically, Eddie, I know you know this, Zillow almost went bankrupt buying investment properties based on their estimates. They almost went under because their estimates are so far off. So they were paying what they thought their estimate said, but they were probably on average paying 30% more for the properties than the property was actually worth. So look at the hard data, but you also have to look at the upgrades in the property, the condition, and you also have to look at the market. Are you the only person looking at it, or are there 48 other people? If there are 48 other people, it gets into negotiating. I'll tell you what I do, Eddie, and you tell me what you think. When I negotiate, I give my best price, and I say yes or no. I come in at the most I'm going to pay, and that's the most I'm going to pay, right? And if it's not good enough, it's not the right house for me. Some people try to lowball a seller. look, folks, in this market where there's not enough homes for sale and there are way more buyers, you're not stealing a house. Get that
Yeah,
out of your head.
and some people get real cheap. It's, you're talking $5,000, something like that. Oh, let's offer them this lower. Well, are you willing to lose it for that much lower, which really doesn't equate for much, especially if you're getting a mortgage, it's not going to
30
equate
bucks
that
a
much
month,
more.
30 bucks a month.
Exactly.
It's, so a seller, when you put an offer in, the seller could say one of three things, right? They could say no, they could say yes, we got a deal, or they could negotiate with you. The problem is if you come in too low and other offers are coming in at the same time, you don't get a chance for them to come back to you. They just go with the best offer.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a message not just for buyers as you're talking. I know that you're not able to really work with sellers, but for sellers too, because it's something I like to say is you'll see people that do the extra renovations to their property that don't hold the value, and they think they're going to get more money for it. To whereas maybe if you are an uneducated buyer, maybe you would offer that, but that's not what the market necessarily holds. So when we're talking sellers, because I help them as well, if you have to defend a price and you have to give me a reason why your house is worth something, it's probably not worth it, because it should speak to itself. It should be next door sold for this house sold for that. We're right here. That's justifiable. But if you start talking about, hey, I did this and this caused this and this caused that, you're probably, adjust your mind, because you're probably shooting a little high, because you're having to justify the price that you're providing. But yeah, I mean, main thing is just trust in professionals. Appraisal, realtor, we're going to make sure that you're not overpaying. We're going to make sure that we check the market and what other properties are selling for, and give you the advice on what we should offer, because ultimately you say what we have to offer, but give you advice on what we should offer, and then also give you advice on the terms that would be able to best get the deal done and get the offer accepted for you. So that way you're not asking for something crazy that's not in line with the market. And over the past couple of years, we've seen some crazy things. We've talked about that on here. People overpaying for properties, people waiving inspections, people saying, hey, I'm going to offer this, and if it under appraises, I'll give you X amount of dollars over the appraised value. So we've seen some crazy things, not always happening today in all cases, but there are different strategies, and you don't want to be doing a strategy that's putting you at an advantage, and you also don't want to be doing a strategy that's putting you at a perceived advantage that's no longer necessary, to where you may be doing too much. And then you also don't want to be implementing a strategy that's going to put you at the bottom of the barrel as far as offers go. So it's very important to seek expert advice. But that's a great episode for today, and I hope you guys were able to gain from it. Hope that you guys keep this in mind when it is your time to buy. Hit us up, give me a call, give Brian a call. Remember the Home Funded, that's the GoFundMe page, to where you, your friends, your family, your enemies can contribute to your home purchase. And also remember, CMG has a free refinance once you buy. People were worried about the interest rates, always. There's a free refinance with CMG. So these are two things that I love working with Brian with, because his company provides these options to our buyers, and it's just an all-around win for everybody. But you can reach me, 410-588-6536, or eddieDowdRealEstate@gmail.com. Brian, how can they get in touch with you?
The Sacks, SACKS, at cmghomeloans.com, or call me at 443-471-8557, or just hit up that link Eddie put at the bottom of this video for the Home Funded program, and you'll get in touch with both of us. So look forward to it. Thank you. I'll tell you one last thing, Eddie, just in closing. I just had a lady scream yesterday. She was screaming. She put in a $35,000 pool, beautiful pool, by the way, heated, gorgeous. okay? And the appraiser gave her $2,000 in extra value for the pool. 2,000,
Yep.
because pools are not something everyone wants, and it actually hinders the saleability of that property. So there you go. It was not only not a dollar for dollar, it actually, she spent 35. She enjoyed it. She lived there for 10 years, loved it. But the appraiser only gave it an extra $2,000 worth of value. That's where you come in, Eddie. That's where the expertise of a real estate professional like Eddie Dowd comes in, giving you the guidance and clearing up all of your misconceptions.
Exactly. And that could be a whole nother episode, but out of time for today. We will see you guys back next Thursday for the next episode. Talk to y'all soon.
Thank you.